Hey everyone, welcome to the new YouTube channel, Dream Garage. I'm so excited to be able to share this with you guys. This is something that I've wanted to do for a long time. My passion for cars, automobiles in general, bikes, boats, all this started at a young age between two uncles. One had a bunch of classic cars, one had exotic cars, and then obviously with growing up around boats, my dad and things like that. So, watched a ton of YouTube, which I know most everybody has, and they have people in certain specific things that they follow. I'm so excited to be able to introduce this to you guys, along with an event that we are doing, and I'm really excited about this because this is not only going to bring, I think, the correct notoriety and the correct things to my hometown, where I grew up, home area. Very small, rural area, Winchester and Randolph County. There's some people that know where it is. If you're not from there, most people do not. And there are a ton of these little towns and little counties all over the country. And so as I've been watching videos and learning about things and, people that are in the auto world on YouTube as like myself and wanting to get into, just thought that this is something that we need to do. We need to give back to our home communities. I want to see people and businesses that have worked really hard over all these years, and I know that a lot of them have done a lot for me personally or for my family or being integrated in the community. When you're small town, small area like that, you seem to know almost everybody or feel like you do. But there's a lot of things that people don't know. Just talking through with some people about this in the last 24 hours, there's multiple car collections in this area that nobody knows about. There's multiple people that are very enthusiastic about the auto world, but yet have never really been seen or talked to or gotten to have the chance, the voice to speak about their stories, what they've encountered over their lifetime, whether that's, maybe they went a little too fast around town or in the country, or cars that they might have had, or a motorcycle that meant a lot to them, or something like that. So we are partnering with Haney's Racing. Mark Haney is somebody that's been also a footnote in the community. I went to school with two of his sons, and I've known him for a very long time. He's such a great guy. He's been a mechanic for years. Spent many of the last years at Ohio Valley Gas, and also recently got back into the mechanical side in a sense of business. Has a transmission and mechanical shop in Winchester, and also is a big drag racer. He has two actually drag cars. He has a Love truck, and he has another car that he recently got done a couple years ago, and has been drag racing a long time, which is really, really neat. We have several guys like that in that community. And actually his youngest son, Adam, is also a part of a professional drag race team, which is just amazing. I mean, to get to that level, to be able to do that, do something that you love and are passionate about. I mean, it's really hard to, say that that's not a dream come true. So, having a conversation with him, we had tried to collaborate in something 4 or 5 years ago, and it just wasn't the right time for myself or what have you. But as soon as I talked to him about this event, it took off. I made several phone calls yesterday, talking to businesses, talking to individuals. This is not going to be that typical car show. Everybody, when they hear car show, at least to what I know, it's the first thing that comes to mind is classic cars. And as great as they are, classic cars are amazing. It's our pastime. There's a ton of cars that don't get the notoriety they deserve, whether it's classic muscle cars or classic exotics or, what I call bubble cars, the 1950s trucks and 55 Chevys and 57 Chevys and 40 Fords and rat rods and things like that. They're all neat. But classic cars is something that has been around for a long time. And it seems like that's the only crowd that's going to go to a show like that, obviously, is people that enjoy that realm. But there are people that enjoy different types of cars that probably wouldn't go to those shows, whether it's trucks, whether it's motorcycles, whether it's exotics, whether it's modern supercars. So there's a huge void that I feel like we need to fill to bring all this together. Everybody has a passion for cars in one way or another, or at least a story talking about a car. Maybe you don't, like my dad does not have any kind of drive towards cars whatsoever. However, he has memories in cars, right? Whenever he was a kid, or maybe it was a trip that we went on. So there are still connections to vehicles, even if you are not like a gearhead or a motorhead or whatever the case may be. I just happen to have always had this strong passion for vehicles. I've been thankful and blessed to be able to have many cars in my life so far, and I hope to grow that, especially through this channel. So we talked about this. We are actually going to donate any and all proceeds. We are going to have door prizes. We are going to have stuff to do at this event besides just looking at cars. All the details we are still hammering out and looking through. But this is going to feature exotic cars, which is really cool. We even might have a monster truck there. I don't know that for sure right now. That's kind of a maybe. But we are going to have lifted trucks. We are going to have motorcycles. We are going to have Corvettes. We are going to have classic cars. We are going to have everything from any kind of era and try to bring this event together for people to enjoy, just because there's something there that they can connect to, or in families. So we are going to have booth setups. Something else that I always struggled with car shows is, and I understand it, it's the logistics of it. Parking lots are only so big, so they have to just put them in a row. And even though that's still cool, you can still walk between them and see what somebody has. It really doesn't do a justice to display the kind of cars there. So we are actually going to do booths, depending on the venue. And I'm hoping that the venues that I've reached out to will let us use their lawns, the grassy areas. I think that'll be so big for us to do. So, we are going to set up booths, and like Dream Garage is going to have a booth there. We will have my Corvette, my motorcycle, maybe even my wife's motorcycle, and my uncle, who has a classic car collection, is very nice to let us use one of his cars. So we are going to have this in front of that display, and we're going to be able to talk about Dream Garage. We are actually going to YouTube this live. We are actually going to do this video. We'll have to break it up into sections, obviously, try to make this, capture the event without somebody having to sit there and watch for 45 minutes. Nobody's going to do that. But we are going to capture this event. We are going to talk to people. We are also going to be talking to people prior to the event, so we can actually get in, find out more about some of these people's passion, maybe see some car collections. Maybe it's just one car that somebody has just put their heart and sweat and tears in to own. And I think that this is a great way to do it. I've sat back and watched so many YouTube videos and wondered, why can't we do something like this? Why is it that, we can't get the views and the videos to do this? Why not try it? Let's put our best foot forward. And I think that this event is not only going to give back to the community, it's not only going to give back to our hometown, it's not only going to get people's businesses and what they're after out there, but it's going to allow us to view this out there, get some stories, some really neat stories, some really neat cars. I'm just so excited about this. So please consider subscribing to the channel. We don't have a lot of content yet because we have some things in the works that are not here. We have a 92 GMC that we are going to feature on this as one of our first vehicles. We also might be doing something with my Z06 Corvette. We might do something with a couple bikes that we have as well. So we are going to be bringing content soon, very, very soon to the channel. But if you could please give us a big old thumbs up. If you have any comments, you have any suggestions on vehicles, anything you might want to see that might interest the public to look at and watch, and consider subscribing to our channel, that would be great. We are basically a blank slate right now. We are just trying to grow this, and very passionate about cars. It is me, my wife's uncle Ed, my wife's brother Jason, and Dexter. We are all, as a team, going to be doing Dream Garage. We have two of these guys are really good with mechanics, can work on cars. I've been around the car business for 11 years. I've been doing this a long time. Dexter has been in retail for a long time. He has a passion about cars. So we are going to be buying and rebuilding and fixing or perfecting different vehicles. And we're not just going to do your typical, find this car and this is the one we're going to do. We're open to anything. We might even incorporate boats into this. We just want to do something that's unique and put Indiana on the map, and at least, especially East Central, from Indy all the way to Randolph County. So I'm really excited about this. Again, please give it a big old thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. We will be having a lot of content coming soon, and I will keep you guys updated and do another video once I know a date and once I know more details. Right now, we are just trying to get everything ironed out before I make a promise on what that date will be. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Remember, do everything you can. Don't let somebody tell you can't do something. Go out and get it. Have a great night.